Hey friend, this is Anil. In this video, we will learn how we can bind data grid using Xamarin Form. Okay, so in my previous video, I already told you how we can bind a list view using REST web API, and the data is stored in SQL Server. So in the same way, we will bind the data in this format. So here you can see this is kind of data grid. So how we can structure a data grid using the grid view and with the help of grid view and um, list view. Okay, so let's create a content page. So here I'll give a name bind data grid. Click on add button. So here what we need to do first, we need to create this header first. Okay, so for this we will take a grid view, and inside grid view we will we know we have to define grid dot row definition, and inside grid dot row definition obviously we have to define row definition. Okay, and we have one row only, so we will define only one row because we are defining now only header. Okay, we are talking about only the header, not for the data. Now we will define grid dot column definition. So we have here four columns. So column definition 1. Okay, and similarly we will define four column. Okay, and here we will define the width. So width will be 2.5 strict for every column. Don't need to copy and paste the code, just try to understand the logic how we are doing this. Okay, here what is the asterisk? I already told you, because it will divide equal widths for all columns. Now we have defined the row and width height. So here also we can define the height. Suppose I'll define the asterisk, means it will take height according to the content. Now I'm going to define label. So inside the label, what I'm going to define, this label will sit in which cell. So means it will sit row 0 and grid dot column 0. Okay, and what will be the text? It will be p name. Okay, suppose it will be p name. Similar, I will define, we can run this also. First we have to call this page in app.xml. So here I will call bind data grid. Now I will run this. Till the time we can define pname, okay. So right now you can see here we don't have anything. Here charges, okay, and total days, day in week. So here you can see here you can see all the header is coming, but we have to define different columns. So this will be column 0, this will be 1, this will be 2, and this will be 2, and this will be 3. So here you can see p name, charges, total days, and day in weeks has coming. But here what we have to do, we have to define a color also. Okay, so I will take a frame. Okay, and in this frame I will define a background color. So suppose I'll define the background color salmon. Okay, and cool, so here you can see the color also. Okay, now here I will take a list view, and inside list view I will take it, because now I want to bind the data, I want to iterate the data. Okay, so here data template, and here view cell, and here I'll take again frame, and inside the frame I will take grid view. Okay, now you can see plan p name, charges, total days, and days in the week. So I'll just plan name, charges, total days, d in week. Okay, 4 columns has been come. So here what we have to do, we have to again bind the data. Okay, so I'll bind the data, and here we will not take the data static, we will bind the every cell, every item template from backend. Okay, so cool. So for backend I'll just move on the dot cs page. So here public ilist, first I have to define the class public class, the same class I defined in my previous article, so I'll take from there. If you want, I'll take from there because it will be quicker. In my previous article I also binded this class. Okay, so I'll take this class over here, and one property we have to define, d in week. Okay, days in week, we can define like this. Now here I would define ilist because we need to bind ilist. Okay, data grid, and this will be a data grids. Okay, and here get and set. In my previous article I already told you how we can bind the data grid. Okay, now again data grid equals to new and list. So here we will pass the class name. Okay, like this, data grid equals to new data grid, but oh, here we have to pass the class name actually, card. Okay, so now we have to bind the data in this grid. Okay, so let's bind the data. Dot add and new. You don't need to mug up any kind of thing. Everything is a logical. So in plan name, suppose I'm binding the plan 1, and in the charges, suppose I'm binding over here 1500, and the total days equals to, I'm binding the data like total days equals to 30, and here days in a week, I'm binding the data 22. Okay, so one row I have already binded. Now again I'll paste over here. So here I'll change the value so that we can get the differentiation. 5, and here I'll again change the value. It will be 3, it will be 45, it will be 55, it will be 65. Okay, so this will be 90, this will be 10, this will be 11, this will be 20. Okay, this will be 1, this will be 2, this will be 3, this will be 4, this will be 5. So we have 4 rows now. Okay, so in bind data we have defined the data grids. So the same data grid we have to put over here. Item source equals to binding and our data grids variable. Okay, and here binding context equals to this. Now the same property we have to bind over here. Text equals to binding like this. Okay, so I'll copy and paste here. The bracket, but don't forget the property name. Only copy and paste, don't write it, otherwise you can make a mistake to writing the data and the data will not be populated. So what I did now, here you can see this grid is the header only, this frame is the header only, and this is the data that is iterating in a list view, like one item. Okay, item by item. So this is our uh, first cell, this is second cell, this is third cell, and this is the fourth cell. So if we have 4 rows, or here also we can define one other rows. So like this, so this will be 6, 5. So here we will get 5 rows over here. So let me run it again. So it will take few minutes, few seconds to compile it. So I'm skipping the video. So here data is not bind. Let me check what happened. Oh, so here we didn't define the grid and row definition. Grid dot row definitions. Okay, and grid dot column definition. So in column definition again we have to define this definition over here. Okay, now again, and in a row definition we will define the row definition. Height equals to asterisk. Skipping the video because it will take a time. So here you can see the record as expected, but we want this data in center. Okay, so for that what we have to do, and also I want this cell in a box. So for that what I will do, I will do vertical option equals to center, or either we don't need to define vertical because it will take automatically. So we will define horizontal option as center. Cool. So here you can see the data as expected, but now we want this everything is in a box. Then for that we have to define box. So basically box view will create a box for every cell. So here first we will define a box view for this. Okay, column 1, sorry, column 0, column 1, column 2, and column 3. Okay, now define here padding equals to 0 and background color equals to dark. Sorry, it will be border color. Okay, now here you can see so for that also we have to define these all in horizontal as center. Okay, for all we will define as horizontal into center. Okay, so now these all are the horizontal in center. Okay, now if you want to box this also you can box it. So complete box view, I'll copy and paste over here. You can paste over anywhere, either you can paste. So here you can see the box view, same box view has been created over here. So if you want to, if you don't want to create box view, then you can remove the box view, or if you want to create it, it will be look better, so you can create the box view also. And here you can see if you want to do in vertical as a center, so because this is not a vertical in center, then here define column in vertical alignment, text alignment equals to in center. So basically this is vertical option equals to center. So here you can see the effect. Okay, so for all, for rows and for columns, you can define it. So here you can see the effect. Okay, so it's a runtime effect. On design change you can do as a runtime. Okay, so I think you like my video, and if you like my video then please subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching my video. Have a nice day. Bye bye.